Hey friend, you're listening to Pivot with Purpose. This is my show where I pivoted from shit I'm 30, where I was dreading turning 30. I had a failed marriage, failed engagement after that, and I don't have a relationship with my immediate family. But through it all, I came out the other side with a thriving business, an unexpected radio morning show of my own, and a platform where I can reach millions of people and help them walk in their truth. I am now celebrating every step of my journey into continuously finding my purpose, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sometimes this journey looks like shit, and it probably sounds even worse, but it's still our journey, and I'm learning right along with you to enjoy it. There's always a rainbow after the rain falls. Now, if you need advice in pivoting in any aspect of your life, relationships, career, spirituality, send your questions or story to askcarlawomares@gmail.com or shoot me a DM at Carla Womares. Now, let's start the show. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Pivot with Purpose. You already know I'm your girl, Carla. Today, I'm literally, if you're watching, I'm recording this out of my office. I'm in the middle of working and I have been on a serious like content block, creator block, just it's been bad. So if I take you back to a couple of months ago, I literally have not had Adderall. Y'all know I kind of thrive with my Adderall. I have ADHD and I've I went through hell trying to find a psychiatrist, right? I didn't have insurance. So I was going to pay out of pocket. Then out of pocket, I paid for it. Well, I had insurance then. And then I couldn't find someone who would take my insurance. Then finally, I just paid out of pocket. And now it just looks like everybody is out of Adderall extended release. I can't just take any Adderall. The extended release is what works for me and what worked for me. So I spent some really, really dark weeks. And honestly, I just have to change my mindset. I was freaking out, right? I'm crying. Nothing's getting done. I'm talking to Courtney daily. I'm like, help me. And then I just kind of prayed about it, wrote about it, and I said, girl, you gotta get up. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I did. I started just kind of content blocking. I'm not at my full potential. For some reason, my 10 milligram Adderall extended release is out everywhere. And I can't even go online and be like, is there anyone that will go ahead and give me some Adderall? Because it's illegal. But if you know someone. I'm just saying. I really fucking need it. And I don't take it all the time, but whatever. It is what it is. Today I took one of the ones that I had from before that I don't like. It's gonna give me a headache later on, but I had to get shit done. But I want to kind of just update you on what's going on with my life because I've brought guests in. I'm about to do some really cool recordings coming up, but let me just update you where I am. So, one, I'm completely unmedicated and unhinged, and it's fine. It's working, whatever. We launched the new project Across Generations, which I had talked to you about, working with Will Packer and Tiffany D. Cross and iHeart. Huge, huge deal for me and my team. So I have Mandy as a producer, Angel as a producer, Courtney editing, Case and editing, GP, like my entire team, all hands on deck for this huge project. It's doing great. It debuted at like number 5, number 3 on Apple Podcasts. So I'm really happy about that. Also, Ebony K. Williams' show Holding Court, which we produced season 2. We just won. Yay! The show won an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding News podcast. So I love that for them. I love that we can actually, say that we were the ones that put that out every single week with the clips, the audio, sound design. So that's really exciting. In totality with Megan is doing great as well. Super happy for her that she's been able to pivot. So work wise, a-okay, doing fine. I just booked a content creator to come from Canada to help me do more of the coaching and teaching and selling my course, which you guys know that I do. I still have a lot of calls on a weekly basis, but I want to focus on helping people more. And, that's it work wise. Boom. We're doing fine. Let's move on to personal life. So, y'all know that my daughter's about to be 19 in May 30th. That's when my baby turns 19. Oh, I can't believe I have a whole 19-year-old. But in 2022, I don't know which episode it was. I talked about it. I think it's called Blood is Thicker Than Water or something like that. And My family in 2022 took me to court and decided to side with my ex-husband, which is her dad, and they did an emergency injunction, took Ayana's like custody away from her when she was from me when she was 17. And it was a whole just mess, right? The judge that obviously was like, this is none of it is true. Ayana needs to go back home. That entire thing happened. Now I'm in a court proceedings, and my baby daddy was asking, or my ex-husband was asking for this money and the child support. He owed me like 70K, a whole thing happening, right? So for the past 2 years, I've been paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to attorneys, whereas his attorney is my sister's friend. To this day, I couldn't tell you why my family has done what they've done, why they treated me the way that they have. I can't tell you. Like, I have no rhyme or reason, and they've never told me, they've never told anyone. So I don't know why this is. They are very toxic people. So they're not even people that I want to be around. But why they went that route with me, no clue. 2 years in, finally, last week, we have mediation. And I obviously can't talk about what happened during mediation, but we definitely did come to an agreement, and the case is finally finished. We agreed on an amount. And one of the reasons why I did not let off this case is because I spent years and years and years taking care of my daughter, and he wasn't around. He didn't come around and he didn't pay child support. And during those days, I was working in the clubs all nights, working in restaurants, working then corporate. I took care of my daughter, from the moment that him and I separated when she was like 5 or 6. And he didn't do anything. So now for you to claim that I financially don't need it is bullshit. If I was able to pick myself up and do it all on my own all those years ago and get to where I am today and have another child with another fucking deadbeat and still be where I am. Why can't you? We have the same 24 hours in a day. We both got two legs. You don't even have your kids with you. I mean, he's remarried, has more children or whatever, but that's none of my concern. Like, if you chose to have kids, that's on you. But I'm really glad that we came to an agreement. It's over and done with. No more lawyers' fees for me on that case. And I can just let it rest. Now he just needs to pay what he needs to pay, and I can move on with my life when it comes to him. Like, clean my hands off of it. We have been divorced since 2017. It's over and done with. Thank you, God. Right. But then I have a second child. My son, y'all, he's such a character. He's an amazing, amazing baby. But you know, 100%, all of it falls on me. And y'all are very aware, if unless you're new here in the last 2 years, that I had a relationship with someone that was publicly known. Really in the podcast space. It's not like he was fucking Jay Shetty or Diddy or anything. Like, you were just known because of who you were associated with. And he's just been nowhere to be found. We have not spoken to him in a year. He has not done anything for Psalm. The last time he saw him was for his birthday, 2023. That was his second birthday. Psalm is now 3, and he knows nothing about him. He's never been to a doctor's appointment. He has never been to his school. He knows nothing about him. So, Christmas time, he did send like this ATV thing. Bro, how many more motorized vehicles are you going to send? Your son needs food. Your son needs clothes. Your son needs all these things. And I'm just over it. And like, the thing didn't even work. So, whatever. So that's, a thing. Then this week, I already knew, and I had already heard about it through the grapevine, that he was expecting another child. If you remember, I talked about this before. He had a girl pregnant a couple of months after I left, like probably like 2 months after I left Jersey in 2022. That young lady called me, spoke to me. She had a miscarriage. What a blessing for her. Now, there is a second young lady that has been with him, and they live together and they're playing house. And she just announced publicly that they are having a child. She's so blessed. And they're about to have 6 boys together because he has 2 boys. Girl, he has not spoken, seen, or done anything for these children in over a year. And my son's entire life, like, has been taken care of by me. And then the other son, King, which I absolutely adore, he just turned 11. He's taken care of 100% by his mama. And everything he's ever said about her, honestly, has been bullshit. Literally, just you take zero accountability. I don't know how to feel about him having another kid. Like any feelings that I had for him are gone. Like I no longer feel that burning sensation inside of me when I think of him. Honestly, when I think of him, I'm kind of grossed out and he looks terrible, which makes it even easier to be like, ew, what was I thinking? But honestly, I will also say it's just karma. Homegirl wants to take care of him. It feels like she hit the jackpot, but baby, you got the Didi's discount version of him. You've got the Timu version of him. Whatever. Take it. I would never sit here and claim and praise a man for being an amazing father when he's not a father to his own children. But that's that deal there. I just got those news yesterday when it was sent over to me. And to me, I'm just kind of like, I'm sad that another child is going to be brought into this world with a man that just can't be there for his kids, that is not sound of mind. That there's nothing else I can say there. Absolutely nothing else I can say there. So when it comes to my children and my children's father, my kids are great. There is a long list of Black led products that fit into your daily lifestyle. Show Black founders some love, not just during Black History Month, but all year long. There is power in every purchase because every time we buy Black led brand, we make room and create demand for another Black led brand like Natural Vert Granola, Partake Cookies, Creamalicious Ice Cream, Midwest Kids, the Lip Bar, and so many more. Black founders and the products they bring to the table are creating a whole new world of choices at Walmart. So go to walmart.com/Black and Unlimited to discover all the amazing Black owned products you can add to your daily routine. Um, Now that my daughter is coming back home this week, my family, who, like I've talked about before, ain't shit. They kicked my daughter out of my mom's house. So I guess my mom told her she couldn't deal with her mental health and that she's too old for it. And this is some of the things that my daughter told me, which I haven't asked her much because I don't want to put her in a position where she has to kind of choose sides. That's just not who I am. So I'm just going to go ahead and let her be herself. I want to allow her to grow, to empower her. I want her to just be like so much better than I ever could have, right? I want her to, whether it's a business or a career, whatever it is, I want her to be her. I want her health to be on point. I want her mental health to be on point. And I want her to know that she deserves the world. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do that as a mom and still have boundaries, right? So I am very nervous about her coming home because I created this like very peaceful space here at home, right? It's really quiet. Psalm does whatever I tell him to do. I have my office, but now I am going to invest into turning my carport into a room. And I just got a quote for that. So we should be starting that any minute now. And I will be, figuring it all out. I don't know what it's going to look like. I am nervous. My daughter does trigger me a lot. And I learned how to be alone with just me and Psalm. It's only been 8 months. So she'll be back home. It'll be fine. I adore her. My daughter is hella cool, but she's also just like me. So I think that's what our issue is. I didn't realize how alike we were. But the point here is that she's me 18 years ago. So yeah, that's not who I am anymore or where I am. So I need to help her how to navigate with who I used to be back then. All right. So that is my family and kids update. Maybe a little update on my love life. Okay. So Obey, him and I don't really talk anymore. He sent a couple messages here and there about some like on social media, and we're cool, but we don't necessarily talk anymore. But he knows that if he ever needed me for any reason, if I saw him out, I don't feel that like, oh my God, he hates me anymore. Like I know we're cool. If we see each other, there's just no friendship or relationship there. And then 66 Bay is still around. I talk to my therapist about him every week because I'm in this space where I still just want to date, but I'm not necessarily out there dating. I'm so busy. And he had just kind of came into my life at the right time. And he's so sweet. He's very handsome. He um just respects me and what I do. He thinks that what I do is pretty cool, which kind of is, but not I don't think every guy will understand, my lifestyle until they're really into it. Um we've talked about where we want it to go. Right now, we're just saying, hey, we're just dating. Let's just respect each other. If you decide to talk to somebody else or be with someone else, just kind of keep it on the low. Don't embarrass me or just flat out tell me there's someone else. So that's where we are with that. There's only one thing that I would say is really hard for me. And if you're a girl and you're listening to this, or maybe a guy that deals with this on the other side, he's not a very affectionate person. And he's not a kisser. He's not a like touch on me, rub on me, grab my ass, like be like he can just sit next to me and he's cool with that. And I don't feel like he doesn't like me, but I'm an affectionate person. I need to feel touch. I receive love physically from a partner. Like with most other people, I'm like, don't touch me. But from a partner, I love to feel touched. I like that. And he's not necessarily like that. And I love to kiss. He's not a big kisser. I'm trying to see how I can handle that. He said he's working on it. He's always known it. He said that it comes kind of from his dad. He said he probably saw his dad kiss his mom maybe 3 times his whole life, and I'm like, what? My thing is like I want to show my kids what love looks like and affection and all of that. And he is affectionate with his kids, but with me or in a relationship, it doesn't come natural to him. I am very affectionate, but because he's not, I kind of pull back a little bit and feel a little awkward. So I don't know how to deal with that aspect or if that will be a deal breaker for me. Right now, it's not just because I don't know. I enjoy him. I have fun with him. We laugh. But that is in the back of my mind. Like, can I handle him not walking by me and slapping my ass? Can I handle him just not wanting to kiss me all the time? I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see where that goes. We're just navigating, talking. I'm taking things hella slow, bro. Like it's been since like last summer ish. I would say maybe July, August, maybe like August. So, and we didn't do the nasty till January. So really we've only gotten like romantically involved 2 months ago out of the full 8 months or whatever long we've been talking. So that's exciting. 6'6" base, stay in the picture. I'm still open to dating other people. I just right now don't feel the need to because I like talking to him. I like hanging out with him. And I love the fact that we're both single parents and he can really understand like that time constraint, how work works when, we just don't have the time or we are a little bit slowed down because we don't have that other parent to help out or a big tribe around us. He does have family around him. It's not as harsh as mine where I have like no one other than friends when they want to help me. But I love that he can understand me as a single mom and him being a single dad and we both work really hard. So, yeah, that's my love life. That's really all that has happened. I haven't met anyone else. I haven't flirted with anyone. It's crazy. I had a few people on my phone before, but nah, nothing else is happening. I'm just leaving it to God. If the man of my dreams pops up in front of me, I'll say hello. I'll be like, "Hello, it's me." I'm open to it. So I am open to love. All right. So, what have I been up to outside of that? My therapist always tells me, like, what are you doing for yourself? Well, I'm with the rest of the world, which is what it feels like, but probably not. But Love is Blind. I did want to do a little bit on this because I was watching the reunion yesterday. And if you watch the season, cool. If you haven't, well, I don't know what you're doing because hello. But yesterday I was watching the reunion and I was just bawling, crying because right now my biggest focus is making sure that my kids are emotionally intelligent. I don't want to stunt my children in their emotional growth because of me. So I have to work on that on me. And then I'm watching this reunion and Clay, which villain the whole time, comes on this reunion, talks about all this work he's been doing on himself. I can tell like his demeanor was a little bit different than what we saw on the show. And he talks about this person that he thinks is like the perfect husband. And they have, of course, Brett and Tiffany there. And Brett, if y'all remember from last season or season 4, Brett, season 4, just wow, he is fine. Actually, I wouldn't even say it. I think the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, plus he is very good looking, makes him just like, just hey, no disrespect to Tiffany, but your man's is fine. And I love that for her because she's just like a regular, beautiful black woman that just fell in love with this guy that's really putting the effort to be a great husband and provider. And you could tell he just emotionally stimulates her and protects her. And I can see how someone like Clay, which is like most of the men out here, that are like, I don't know how to be a good husband. I have never had the example of a great husband, of a great man outside of like just make money and fuck these hoes. So when he's explaining that he wasn't sure if he can live up to what that black man was doing, to me was like, wow, you're doing the work because you saw someone. And we need to see so many more black men, black and brown men, I would say, in the spotlight for being just great men. So that just made me boo hoo cry. It was very nice to see. So I love that I saw that. So shout out to Clay. I know that AD is on a relationship with Cammy Crawford. Shout out to her. I know Cammy has a huge platform and she's super into Love is Blind as well. And AD just seems like the sweetest girl. She's so beautiful. And then also the Spanish girl. Shoot, I forgot her name now, the ginger blonde boy and the Spanish girl. Gosh, what is her name? Amy, I think it is. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. They're so cute. I love them. I think they're so happy. I love how soft they are. They've been together now for like a year. And they're like, well, have you guys gotten into like arguments or disagreements? And they're like, not really. They're like, we have disagreements, but we just talk it out. And I love that because Six Bay and I were just talking and we haven't really fought about anything. And even if there's a disagreement, I'm like, I don't like that you do that. Or why did you have to say that? He'll be like, all right, sorry. He's always laughing. So I feel like maybe this might be someone also that I enjoy the fact that we can talk about any disagreements or different thoughts that we have. But Love is Blind was definitely had me in a chokehold. Loved season 6. And if you haven't watched Love is Blind, you should watch it. I think that's pretty much everything that's going on in my life right now. I have, some friends going through some things personally, and it's made me kind of take into consideration or reflect on my own journey these past 2 years of being able to be the bigger person and swallow humble pie from work to family to relationships to friendships, just life, period, even with my kids. Like, holding myself accountable for the positions that I've put myself in. And I've talked about this on social media. And if you're not following me on social media yet, I don't know why you're not at Carlo Maris on Instagram. Duh. But I talked about this because I have set serious, serious boundaries in my life, period. And also, I have told myself I am not going to be just reacting to every and anything. And I don't react. I don't react to everyone. I swallow a ton of humble pie, and then Paola says to me, she's like, "You have like a fast line to Jesus, like speed dial. You can get to him and you're in there." And I really think that's because of my obedience and because I don't react when I should react. Right now, the way that they're treating my daughter, I should react. They want me to react. They want me to wild out, and I should. And if I did react and I end up on the shade room or I have a mug shot, there will be thousands of comments saying, "Girl, we support you. We'll bail you out." But that won't bring the blessings that are coming my way. There was another podcast we were going to do their next season for, and it's just probably not going to pan out for the next season, and that's fine. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm going to stick to what I need to do. And then another opportunity just came up. So I'm like, you know what? God, thank you. Because I don't react. I try not to talk about folks. And I just want you to know that if you're going through some things and it seems like to be getting really, really rough for you, give it some time and don't react to people. Be the bigger person. Think about the bigger picture. Don't give anyone a reaction. Don't give anyone a reaction. My baby daddy's been looking for a reaction. My family's been looking for a reaction. People on the internet are looking for a reaction. And I'm not giving it to them. And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't either. I know you guys saw, my homegirl Mandy going through it with Jazz. And, I am a fan of Jazz. I love my friend Mandy. And all of it, I'm just like, don't react. My advice was don't react. My advice to other friends of mine is like just whatever's happening, don't react and don't do anything in the moment because that can really mess up your future. So if that speaks to you, cool. Today I don't have a Bible verse because I really just popped up on here and said we're just gonna talk and shoot the shit. So this was just an update on my life at the moment. 2024 is going great. Speed bumps, but that's fine. But I'll be back next week. We have some great guests coming, and I think I'm going to do this more often. Just kind of shoot the shit. I'll have it a little bit more organized and more things that I do want to talk to you all about. But make sure that you're following the podcast at Pivot with Purpose on social media. Me at Carla Wilmaris. Shoot me a DM. Send me any letters that you might have, any advice, something you might be going through, and you're like, Carla, girl, help me out. I got you. I will help you because I really feel like where I am in my life, man, I'm about to be 37. I know what I'm talking about a little bit. I got some experience a little bit. Jesus, what am I doing just hitting this mic? Sorry. Um, yeah. Send me an email. Ask Carla Ramirez at gmail.com. Ask Carla Ramirez at gmail.com. Shoot me a DM, Carla Ramirez, or Pivot with Purpose Pod. I just heard something. Y'all know there's a ghost in my house. Like there are two ghosts in my house, and I be hearing them. Hey, whatever. If they walk in here and you see them in the camera, let me know. I don't know. Anywho, I'm out of here. See you next week. Goodbye.